Okay, class, we just had a great discussion regarding the usage of decimals in our everyday life. You guys brainstormed some great ways we see decimals. We see decimals when we're measuring things. We see decimals when we are using money. There are so many ways we see decimals and use decimals on a daily basis. And I love the answers that you guys came up with, and I loved our discussion. Now, based on the information and the feedback I received from my exit ticket yesterday, I have broken the class into two different groups. One group will work in stations, and the other group will work with me in a small group setting. The people who are working in stations, you'll work in groups of 4, and you'll rotate through 2 worksheets and 1 Khan Academy activity online. Those who are working independently and not in my small group, when you hear this noise, that tells you that it's time to switch your station. Those of you who are in my small group will be working together and reviewing some things from yesterday, and also going over how to add and subtract decimals. Okay, great. So this is our small group for today. We'll be working together independently and also in pairs, and I'll be walking around to make sure you guys are doing all right. First of all, how's everyone doing today? Doing okay? Billy, how come you look a little sleepy? Did you get enough sleep last night? Yeah? You're doing all right? All right, cool. Well, let's go over our objectives for today. As you can see, at the end of this lesson, you should be able to add multi-digit decimals and also subtract multi-digit decimals. Those are our objectives for today, and kind of reviewing off of yesterday, we're going to start our lesson off today by reviewing how to add and subtract whole numbers. Okay. So you guys can pick up your whiteboards, all right, and you can follow along with me. That would be great. First problem we're going to go over really quickly is 54 plus 88. Okay? Good. Does everyone have that written down? Okay, good. All right, so Billy, what is the first thing we're going to do here? We're going to add 54 plus 88. Good. First of all, we're going to make sure that the places are all lined up properly. We have our ones place and our tens place, and all the numbers are lined up. Billy, what's the next step? Right. We have 4 plus 8 is 12, so we put the 2 here. And Sarah, what do we do with the 1? Correct, it goes right above the 5. Great. So 1 plus 5 is 6, plus 8 is 14. So our answer is 142. Cool. Any questions? Great. You can erase your boards. Let's go on to our next example. We have 193 minus 75. Okay. All right, Tommy, what's the first thing we're going to do? Exactly, we're going to line up the place values. So we have 193 minus 75. Which number will the 7 go underneath of? Tommy, yeah? The 9? Great. All right, Sarah, can we do 3 minus 5? No, we cannot. You're correct. So we need to do what? Exactly, we need to borrow from the 9. So we're going to borrow from the 9, make this a 8, that's correct. And we're going to make the 3 into a 13. Very good. So can we do 13 minus 5? Yes, we can. That's an 8. 8 minus 7? That's a 1. And a 1 minus What's right here? Is there a value? No, there's not. It's correct, Bobby. 1 minus 0 is 1. So our answer is 118. Okay? Questions? Great, you may erase your boards. All right, so now we'll be working with decimals. The first thing we're going to do is adding decimals. We're going to do 7.5 plus 1.8. Okay? And just like we line up our place values for whole numbers, the most important thing we're going to do here is line up the, what do you guys think? What do we need to line up here? Not just place values, but Tommy? Right, the decimal, exactly. So we're going to go 7.5 plus 1.8. We need to make sure the decimal lines up, so we're going to put that in first. 1 goes there, 8 goes there, and we have our all lined up now. 5 plus 8 is 13. Carry the 1. 1 plus 7 is 8, plus 1 is 9. And once we line the decimal up, we want to make sure we drop it straight down. So our answer is 9.3. Okay, good. You may erase your boards. And the last example that we're going to go over together is 3.5 minus 1.25. Okay. Sarah, what is the first thing we need to do here? Be careful. Bobby, can you help her out? Exactly. We need to line up the decimal points. Okay. Does that make sense, Sarah? Okay. All right, here we go. 3.5. Decimal point goes here, so it's straight down. The 2.5 is on the right, and the 1 is on the left. We subtract. Good. What happens? What goes right there? What can we put right there that won't change the value of 3.5? Tommy? Exactly, a 0. Go ahead and add a 0 right there. That's going to help us out. Okay. The 0 does not change the value of 3 5/10. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is 0 minus 5. We can't subtract 5 from 0, because 0 is nothing. So we need to borrow from the 5, and this turns into a 4. 0 turns into a 1, into a 10, I'm sorry. 10 minus 5 is 5. 4 minus 2 is 2. Drop the decimal straight down. 3 minus 1 is 2. So our answer is 2.25. Give me a thumbs up if that makes sense to you. Give me a thumbs down if it doesn't, and a thumb sideways if you're kind of in between. Alright, great. I'm seeing mostly thumbs up and one thumb sideways. That's awesome. Okay, great. You guys may erase your boards. Alright, now I'm going to give you guys an opportunity to practice on your own. Here, this is your first problem here. We have 0.93 plus 1.7. Okay? What I want you guys to do is to, oh actually I'm sorry, that's the first one. The second one is 7.84 minus 0.4. Okay? So I want you guys to write these down on your whiteboards. And before you get started solving these, here's your instructions. You're going to independently work on each one of these problems. And then when you and the person sitting next to you are all done, what you're going to do is switch boards, and you're going to take the money that we have on the table here. We have dollars, we have $5, we have $10, and we have all sorts of coins. Pennies, we have nickels, we have dimes, okay? We have quarters and all those types of money. You're going to take this money and check your partner's work. Okay, you're not going to write it out. You're not going to check step by step. Okay, you're going to take the 0.93 here and count out 93 cents. You're going to count out $1.70. Okay, and you're going to add it all together and make sure that your partner's math checks with your money count. Okay, if you do it correctly, the money you count up should be equal what your partner has added or subtracted. Okay? Okay, great. You all did a really good job of working together. I love the teamwork. I know that a few of you had a couple issues with your math, and after your partner checked it out and you got 2 different answers, I loved how you guys worked together and talked and used your words and figured out where the problem was. Great job. All right, our next part of our lesson today, you all are going to receive a worksheet that looks similar to this, with item on one side and price on the other. Okay, and you're also going to receive a grocery store flyer with a whole bunch of prices on it. Okay, what you're going to do is you're going to take your worksheet. This is independent now. You're taking your individual worksheet with the items that are listed on your sheet for you, and you're going to write down the sale prices of these items. When it says to, you're going to add them together, or you're going to subtract them together and get your total cost. Okay, and when you and the person sitting next to you are both finished, again, you're going to check each other's work and make sure you guys both arrived with the same answers. Okay. Any questions? Okay, great. You may begin. All right, awesome. You guys did a really good job of working together again in the partners that are sitting right next to you. And now is going to be the last portion of our small group instruction here. You're going to take that same grocery store flyer and you're going to work in partners again with the person sitting next to you. What you need to do is you need to create a shopping list. I want you to pretend for a moment that your mom or dad, or whoever does the shopping in your house, is not available to shop or plan for your meals the next week. You're planning your breakfast and you're planning your lunch for 7 days. And you and your partner are going to work together, create a meal plan for yourselves, and you're going to write down those items coming off this flyer, and you're going to see if you can get your meal plan to be under $50 for the week. Just for one person, not for both of you, just one person. Can you make your breakfast and lunch budget, can you be under $50? Okay. If you have a favorite grocery store of your own, other than one that you've received at your table, you may use your laptop and quickly go to the store, pull up their weekly circular, and you may use that one. I don't want you searching on Amazon or things like that for each individual item. I want you to try to using a circular. Again, you may use the one I've given you, or you may go to one to your favorite store online. Okay, and after we're done, we will be presenting in front of the class. You and your partner will be discussing what items you chose to buy, and also were you able to plan and stay under budget. Okay, I think this should be a fun activity. I think you guys are going to have a lot of fun with it, and I'm really interested to see what types of foods you like to eat and how you and your partner can work together to hopefully come in under the $50 budget. All right, you may get started, and happy shopping.